Hey, energy party people. It's that time again to get together and for me to keep my promise and show up no matter what, no matter how I'm feeling, every Monday at 11 Pacific. Whew, so this is one of those days. Yeah, so let's do this. Yeah, I have so much going on in my head that I will just do my best here. So, what am I looking for? Ooh, okay. So let's do this. Seriously. Um, what I really appreciate about what I call my show is that I have things set up in a certain way and I just show up. And this is very much one of those times. So let's get started with smudging the space a little bit. Whew, and get ready for some magic and community if anybody wants to show up. Oh, it looks like I've got some comments here. I'll get to those in a second. Okay, so I'm going to smudge while I listen to my beautiful background music, care of Artica Productions. Here you go.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Cody.
I just realized this is a good time to use what I'm calling Coco. That's me. Coco's philometer or philometer. And how am I feeling today? Man, I've been all over. I think all of the options were applicable at some point this morning. Um, right now, right now, I'll say, can you see? It's pointing to the mm, face. So that's a lot better than the well, it's either earlier it was that face. Hmm, that doesn't really cover it. Um, or possibly this face. Photo not available. I'm not sure what that means, but you make it mean what you want it to mean. Okay. So we'll just leave it at the face at the moment, which is progress. Anyway, yeah, I have nothing to say and a lot to say, so we'll see what happens. Because that's right, I just show up. So, I'm not in tears like I thought I would be. I'm not quite as homeless looking as I thought I would be, so that's great. Okay, so let's see. Well, first of all, Coop says hi to everybody. Hey, Coop. Hey, we'll see you in a sec. And James, hi James. Have you ever shown up before? Because I don't think I have a theme song for you. So I'm going to make a note to myself to create as I playfully say, a craptastic personalized theme song for you. Um, Theme song. Okay. Yeah. And if I had the bandwidth, I make one up for you right now, but it's just not there. I've got too much going on in my head. So thanks for showing up. This is awesome. Yeah. And oh, Art and Erica are here. So they say, hey everyone. So let's go ahead and play um Art and Erica's beautiful, if I dare say so, theme song. Oof. Give me a second. A lot of scrolling. Okay, here you go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah!
I haven't been singing along, as I mentioned before, is because when I rewatched one episode, it was just like it was out of sync. But it takes away from the fun for me. So fuck that. Like I'm just gonna sing along. Who the fuck cares? Anyway, yeah. Bear with me, folks. Um, and oh my god, this is the third time. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, James. Like, okay. Thank you for showing up. Oh, thanks. And let me just make sure, James, I don't think I have a theme song for you, but let me just scroll real quick because there's a lot going on in my head and yeah. Yeah. But for the moment, James, I'll give you this. James, I'm glad you came. to the show today. Welcome. How about that? Okay, you're welcome. He says no sorries, but now, James, what do you think about that great song? Okay, so as I mentioned, all I have to do is show up really. So here I go. Just showing up. Well, let's bring on today's sponsor. Oh, I see Dr. Shannon's here. One moment, Shannon. So today's sponsor is Hip Hip Bidet for all of your booty washing needs. And yeah, they didn't mention anything that you'd get free for mentioning Magic Mondays, which makes me wonder, why am I mentioning it? But anyway, yeah, so Hip Hip Bidet, I highly recommend getting a bidet. We just have like one of the cheaper versions, so no warm water, which I thought was going to be a problem, but it's not. It's just not. Anyway, now that you know that, okay, and Dr. Shannon is here. She says, "Hi, everybody." So, Dr. Shannon, I haven't checked in for a while, but yeah, I'm wondering how Felix is, how you're doing. Let us know if you can. Oh, and Shannon says she loves her bidet. Smart woman. Chiropractors, we're both chiropractors, so that's probably it. We get it. Okay, so Shannon, let us bring up your, and by us I mean me. Here you go. Here's your theme song. And you know what? I'm going to sing along as previously advertised. Here we go.
Shannon,
And
Shannon, Shannon is here. Hey, Dr.
Hey,
Shannon.
Shannon. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about fun for me. I need lots and lots of fun. Okay. Oh, okay. So Shannon says, I think he will pass today or tomorrow. Okay. Well, maybe that's what we'll focus on today, if that's okay with you, if it seems appropriate and we get a yes with my pendulum, to work on Felix. And yeah. So sending you tons of love for sure. Yeah, that's hard. Let's see. I think this would be a good time to mention. Oh, I'm glad you love your song, Shannon. You're welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what I call my credo, which thank God for this, because so as I keep mentioning or alluding to, I'm not only finishing up getting my book ready, drink. Well, let's just cover that real quick. So my book, I am about halfway done going through the newest and I believe last edits before I give it over to my publisher. And my cover is being worked on as we speak. And yeah, so there's that. So that's actually going well. Took me a while to get started on it, but yeah, I'm really having to focus very different energy on two different, very different things. And my bandwidth is like, "Ugh." So I've had to do a lot of energy work. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah, so this new thing that I'm stepping into, and I'm having to learn all these new things, and it's interesting. Interesting when I've gotten through the trigger. It's fucking horrible when I'm going through it, but I get through them pretty quickly using energy work and my belief system. Read about it in the book, drink. um, yeah, and it's been interesting to see patterns coming up or recognizing patterns of, oh, I'm diving into this big new thing that I've been led to, and I'm freaking the fuck out and thinking I can't do this, and have to keep reminding myself like of stupid shit. Like, I've been a doctor. I think I can do this thing that is not brain surgery. Neither is being a chiropractor, thank God. But I just have to keep reminding myself, like, I'm a smart person. I know I can do this, but there's still dots that I'm missing, and I know I'm just in the learning process, but it is bringing up so much shit for me, like so much shit for me in the form of triggers, which contain gold if you know what you're looking for. So I've been I've been daring not daring the universe, but telling the universe, bring it on, like bring on whatever it wants to bubble up for me so it can be cleared and pave the way for a new endeavor for me that's really important to me. If it wasn't, then I wouldn't give two shits that it's like, oh, I don't understand it all immediately. Yeah, it's redonkulous. So, and the reason I bring it up is because triggers, like as I mentioned, they contain magic if you know what you're looking for. They're not just shitty things that happen to you, and that's just how it is. I don't know why I'm saying it like this, but if you can start recognizing that everything, well, I'm pausing for a second because I wanna do 2 things. Well, okay, finally, it's 11:11, at least on the West Coast, and I don't care where you live. If it's not 11:11 where you are, it is where I am, and I'm waving my magic wand and saying, "Make a wish." And let's look at something pretty, which I'll read out loud in a second. Here we go. Okay, so this is what I call my credo. And well, before we get to that, so basically, I'm recognizing patterns from throughout my life. And the one that always sticks out to me is okay, realized I wanted to go to chiropractic school, but I had a whole bunch of prerequisites to take first. 8 science classes, which I'd avoided. I'd avoided science like throughout my whole college career through undergrad. And then I'm going to go to grad school and now I need 8 science classes. And I did it at a college called New College in San Francisco. And as one of my classmates said, there ain't nothing new about New College. Anyway, but it's a way to knock out 1 class a month. Um, Basically 16 hours every weekend for a month for each class. Yeah, so I did that while I was determining welfare eligibility as my job. So I'm doing my classes and well, I started my very first class. I was afraid to even drive myself there to San Francisco, so my husband had to do it a few times, and then I realized that I can do this. But nice to have that support though. But I go to 1 day of the class, and the next morning before going to my second day, I'm in tears at the breakfast table. Like and my husband had to talk me off the ledge because I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do this. And then I got like the top score in the class or something. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I excelled at science and physics and all that shit. So anyway, so it's great for me to remember. And I'm telling you this in case it helps you recognize your patterns so you can be a little bit more lighthearted and go, I recognize you. Let's clean you up now. Um, yeah. Anyway, so blah blah, went to chiropractic school. Terrified I couldn't do that at first, and then graduated summa cum laude. So anyway, so I keep having to remind myself with this new thing, like, oh, I can do this. And you know, it yeah, I just keep seeing pattern after pattern being, it's a repeating thing for me. So that's one of the things. I guess that's my tip to you. If you can start recognizing your patterns, you can start working on something. Because if you don't recognize the pattern, then it's just going to keep repeating in there. Yeah. Anyway, and if you do energy work on top of it, yeah, life gets so much better. And I can anyway. I've gotten to the point where I recognize I'm like I'm getting really triggered, and I know in my head that yes, I am triggered because yeah, let's just say I'm doing something online. I'm learning something to do online, which is great because I can do it by myself and I don't have to sell myself. Like so fucking tired of trying to sell myself and doing something that there's never a crowd on the leading edge, so it's exhausting. So I love what I do, but mama's ready to make some money in this lifetime. Anyway, so I'm doing something that involves a prep center. And so I'm connecting with my prep center, but something is not happening. And that is something that was actually going to finally be taken care of at 1:30 today. But anyway, um, but it brought up, so it's just it's like that's what triggered me. It's like I couldn't figure out something technologically in this connection process. which is something that there is somebody who's going to step in, see the problem, and go, "Oh, doo, doo, doo." I know it's not a big deal, but for me, and me not being able to figure it out, cue tears. Ooh, hello, sitting in my bedroom at like 9 years old and feeling like I have to figure it all out by myself. And yeah, those feelings like came back for me. And that's how it reminded me, well, first of all, how far I've come, because that is not my normal resting place now, because I've done a ton of energy work. Um, yeah. And so feeling that way again of like, oh shit, that's just how I felt like most of the time. And I had no idea I was an empath. Like I had mm, whew. And so I didn't recognize who I was until I was about 40 and or started recognizing who I am and my magic. And that's why I've written my book to help people either start recognizing their magic and their sensitivities or up their game or yeah, I want people to start recognizing that we feel the way we feel for a reason and it brings up shit and it's stuff for us to look at and clean up as part of our magic. Ooh, apparently I have a lot to say today. Yeah, as always. Anyway, so I've been working through some big fucking triggers, um, and reminding me how, ooh, this is how I used to feel in my body, as a little kid. And what I always want more than anything is to help people feel better. And that starts with me. And I know I look like a train wreck, but these are good tears. Like, I've come a long fucking way, and I want to help ease others' paths to connecting with something that most people don't even know exists. It's like, hello, you can actually check into the energy behind things. I have my own personal system, which I share at least an entry level to in my book for anybody who wants to do that. And yeah, I see it as my gift to the world, and as my gift to the world slash my book is finally coming out of me, it's freeing up my energy to do this other thing, which is bringing up all kinds of new shit for me. And it's kind of funny. I was talking to the universe or meditating or something, doing my thing recently, and I was seeing how like this progression through my life um, of like I started out like kind of basically wanting to be a teacher, um, and then I realized nope, nope. Looking back, like yeah, it wasn't the time, and basically like the steps along the way is like oh okay, I got it in my blood. I wanted to be a teacher. Spoiler at the end of the story is basically I feel like I've come full circle, and yeah, my book is being a teacher. And being a doctor is doctor means teacher too, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, not whatever. Sorry, Dr. Shannon. Um, yeah. So like I worked for the welfare department or whatever they're called now. Human assistance, Department of Human Assistance. And because I wanted people to feel better. I wanted people to have the experience of if you need help, let me make it an experience that isn't humiliating or as little humiliation as possible. Let me make this easier for you. First when I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher and help kids start school off right because for me, it was a fucking snooze fest. Like I already knew how to read, so it was lame. But anyway, like I'm looking at these different patterns throughout my life, and ultimately, what I'm getting to is like when I worked for the welfare department, I learned I can hear anybody, I can hear anybody's problems, I can talk to anybody about anything, and I just wanted to be of service. And then I went to chiropractic school and realized like, oh, I want to be of service, but I don't want to be foisted upon somebody as part of a caseload. Now I get to like you know, have people choose me. And then the energy work and ultimately my book, and I've cycled back to the teacher thing. Um, and I feel like I've completed a cycle. And I really wasn't meaning to talk about any of this. Um, but the main reason I wanted to bring it up is that I was thinking, like, okay, so I feel like I'm completing a cycle of I'll always be a healer. I'll always do energy work, of course. Like, why would I stop? I love it so much. It's my life. But I feel like I've kind of completed a cycle and I'm ready to start this being of service cycle. So now I can also free up some energy to make some money and do things and just have a very different focus because my focus has always ultimately been on being of service. And yeah. And so the reason I bring that up, it's for the silliest of reasons, which are among my favorites. When I was a little kid, me and my best friend Cindy, we were very creative. We wrote plays, we wrote songs, we made magazines, we played with makeup and dress up, and we sewed things or crochet. Like we did just all kinds of silly things. Um, awesome things. And part of like our thing was sometimes we would play real estate agents. And this is like in third grade, second grade. Anyway, we would be real estate agents and her name. So let's just say Cindy is super sweet, but yeah, we drifted apart for a reason. Like, yeah, I won't say why. Anyway, well, maybe it's demonstrated in this. So her real estate name was, and I don't know why we were always men, but her real estate name was Sammy Dammy, and mine was George B. Crawford. So so the other day, I was having this realization of going through this cycle of like from teacher to these other steps to getting back to teacher. Great, cycle completed, at least for now. And and I realized, and the whole fucking point of my story is, oh yeah, now I'm stepping into my George B. Crawford stage of my life, and which is weird because my book is all about women, women connecting with their magic. Um, and I'm realizing like, wow, my childhood name for a well, okay. So what I'm trying to say is I got to the feeling of like, okay, if I'm stepping into my George B. Crawford phase, what does who is George B. Crawford and what does he represent? And to me, I realized without ever having had real out loud conscious awareness, I realized, oh, George B. Crawford, he's one of those, he's say a middle-aged man, nice looking. He's very well dressed and very successful at what he does. And in this case, it was real estate. Because that's what our game was. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I know it sounds so silly, but whatever. It's my silly. So yeah, I'm stepping into my George or maybe Georgia B. Crawford phase. And I found myself thinking, I wonder if Cindy had to go through her Sammy Dammy phase, whatever that would be. Anyway, oh my God, that was a lot that came out of my mouth. So yeah, let's look at some comments. Um, okay, so oh, so James, back to Felix, the cat. Um, there we go. Many cares to your family, Shannon. That's from James. And Shannon said, thank you, James. Amen. He said amen to something. I have no idea what because I was talking too long. Anyway, and Art and Erica are also sending lots of love to you, Shannon. Okay. And Art and Erica said, wish I could give you a hug, Colleen. Oh, you're amazing. I can't stress how much our lives have changed since you've been a part of it in a wonderful and expansive way. Well, thank you. And right back at you. Yeah. Whew. Oh, Blanca's here. Great. So, hi, Blanca. Let's play her a theme song, shall we? Da, 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 da. And once again, I'm going to sing along if I feel like it. Where are you? There you go. Here you go, Blanca.
Blanca, oh Blanca, thank you for showing up today. Yay!
Okay. So welcome, Blanca. I'm glad you're here. Woo. Ooh, so yeah, so I've been processing a lot. And there really is magic in our triggers. And oh yeah, let's get back to what I was going to show a little while ago or read out loud. So when I get triggered, even when I'm in the thick of it, and I know it's like, I know for a fact why I'm upset because I couldn't connect my prep company with my Amazon account. Um, like I knew with my brain that's what it was about. But spoiler, that's not really what it was about. Yeah, sure, I still need to have that taken care of, but why did I have an over the top, like I'd rather be dead, not kidding, feeling around it? Anyway, so when those things happen, I always it takes me a while sometimes when I'm really stuck in it. Like sometimes I just have to like wait until there's like a little opening of light where I can stand to like and I have the right energy to pick up my pendulum and start asking about it. But what I'm always remembering is this, no matter what. The universe is in a conspiracy for my happiness. I'm going to say it for all of us. The universe is in a conspiracy for our happiness. The universe always has our backs. And if you can adopt that way of thinking, not just when things are great and going your way, no, more importantly, when the shit hits the fan, when you feel like shit. This is a great thing to remember. I'm going to start over. The universe is in a conspiracy for our happiness. The universe always has our backs. Therefore, if it's happening to us, it's happening for us. So, what is the universe bringing to my attention for my highest growth, healing, and happiness in the form of a trigger or a symptom or diagnosis or, yeah. Anyway, just anything that brings up emotion in you. It's like 5 people can watch the same, let's just say something, an accident or something. And for me, it might be like, "Oh, bummer, that's so sad. Sending love to those guys." And do 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 do. And another person might just be that like they hear the sounds those are the sounds of the that resonate with old unhealed energy from their accident from 5 years ago, and then they start, they go into that old energy. It gets brought back to life and it's very real. And when you know how to clean it up, it's really great. Anyway, blah blah blah. Yeah, so I shit you not, adopting this and remembering it until you can have a way to like think a little bit more clearly and start checking in on it. Um, well, the 2 best words I can use to describe it is fucking magic. Fucking magic. So, okay. Whew. All right. Let me just look at my my hastily written notes. Blah 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 blah. Um, Oh yeah, the only thing I've written down also is spring's almost here. Yay! I'm seeing evidence of it, so that's wonderful. My favorite time of year for sure. Um, yeah, and before I forget, and then we'll bring Coop on. Um, oh, I'm looking at the wrong place. So I just wanted to mention. Well, first of all, let's talk about today's sponsor once again. So today's sponsor, Hip Hip Bidet, for all of your booty washing needs. Um, yeah. And, um, yeah, I think I was gonna do something else, I've already forgotten. Who cares? Oh, I know what it was. I can do this. Okay, and if you have any interest in signing up for my weekly newsletter, you can go to energyhealingwithcolleen.com. You can also read the, basically the back cover blurb of my book, which is coming out June 6th, if all goes to plan, according to plan. Okay. And Blanca says, "Spring, baby." I think that's the intonation she would have used. Spring, baby. Okay, so let's bring Coop on so I can hear somebody else's voice for a second. That'd be swell. And just because I've mentioned it a few times,
Drink.
Okay. So let's bring Coop on. Here we go. Get yourself pretty, Coop.
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Koop. We're catching up with Koop. Yeah.
Hey, Coop.
Hey there. How's it going? Just a second ago, someone came to my door, and it was Cheryl's friend Bryn, who's in San Francisco. And he just handed me a stack of papers, and I guess I don't know. I have to. There's lawyers' names on here and court information, and so I thought we were divorced, but apparently we're not. So yeah, I'm not.
You get a paper. You get a paper in the mail that says it. At least
Well,
I
I
do.
mean, I got so it says you are being sued is what it says right on the very top. So anyway, so a little
Well,
bit
good that that's
personal.
being addressed, and you can get that taken care of. Fun stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel about all that?
I guess I'm fine. I just don't know. I mean, do I need to? I don't know. I really don't want to spend money on a lawyer right this second. I'm like really.
Don't you know a lawyer?
Pardon me?
You know a lawyer.
I know several.
I know the lawyer that you know. Well, we don't know each other anymore, but if you recall, he served me my divorce papers.
Oh yeah.
At a coffee shop with Sadie.
Alex is a lawyer. Brian's a lawyer.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
I bet they can help you out.
Yeah, I guess I can start there. So
you can pull the fraternity brother card.
And I guess my only other I've been on her Kaiser Health plan, so I'll need to get some health care. So that's really my real concern, I guess, is the thing. Because I think they just California just closed its thing. Yeah, that's what I can make that some kind of condition that I still have health care until the next enrollment period. I don't know. I'll figure that out. So anyway, but yeah, other than that, no. I'm doing really. I had a nice day yesterday. I had a good weekend, and just whatever reason, I'm just really tired today. Like, I mean, having trouble keep my eyes open, kind of thing. So I think I had a real amount of sleep, and I guess it wasn't quality sleep. I don't know. So
yeah,
really tired.
Well, you only have to hang in there for the next 28 minutes max.
Okay.
Maybe.
But, yeah.
You don't have to do shit.
That's our thing. We just show up, and we are how we are. There's no pretense. We're not going to try to put on a show for you. Not going to fake being, oh yay, wow, everything's great. We're not going to, sugarcoat things. We're going to give you the real deal, and that'll appeal to some people. It will turn some people off. But that's really kind of secondary to why I'm here. I'm here for selfish reasons, I guess. So.
Well, good. I hope everyone is.
Yeah.
So in the best possible way, like taking care of yourself. Like, how's that a bad thing?
That's like being your George B. Crawford phase. I mean, yeah. I mean, so much where other people help other people help themselves. I like my friend Rob. He's like, I think he's just always behind. He's always behind because he's spent so much time and effort helping everyone else instead of just taking care of himself. So which I admire him for being so selfless. But yeah, you have to. Those really take care of you. I mean, you can't really count on.
Yeah, there's lessons there. We all have our lessons we're here to learn. So I'm in the midst of one of mine. One of my big ones has been money. Yeah. So yeah, and like and being in a profession, which so basically what I'm looking for is income where I don't give two fucks. Well, I shouldn't say that. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just being honest. So being an energy healer is my favorite thing after Dave, my favorite thing in the world. And helping people connect with their magic is fucking amazing. But there's only so much of that energy I can put into any particular day. And on top of it, I have to sell myself. and the keeping up with the social media shit, which I don't. Yeah, it's exhausting. So I'm super looking into George B. Crawford. Looking forward to it. I don't know where I was going, but it's just being an energy healer. Yeah, it's so great, but
Well,
I'm never going to make the money doing sessions that I want to make or
yeah,
need to.
just disassociate from that. Yeah, from your income motive, and just
Yeah.
it had to be really more just for the joy of it, as opposed to trying to monetize it. I get it.
Yeah, and what I was going to say was my intention with this business, which apparently you take it as far as you want to. Yeah, I want to have, I'm being playful with this, but as my friend Susan said, it's good to have fuck you money. And the idea of not selling myself, I can't tell you how much joy that gives me. I want to be of service, but having to, like, oh, pay attention to this thing that's weird sounding. And yeah, if you don't get it by now, if you're in my world and you don't get it, then whatever. I'm not the only energy healer in the world. And yeah, I need to shift my focus. Like, I know there are ways for me to make money online doing my magic, and I have ideas, and maybe, yeah, but that means I have to do a whole bunch of work I don't want to do yet anyway. And I've never made an effort to increase my email list.
Right.
I haven't tended to it well until just the last couple of years. And yeah, so there's all these things I don't want to do. So if somebody wants to step into my life and, like, oh, I have all these people and let's do this thing together, and they set it up, like my dream podcast with Erica, her being in the know how to record stuff industry and music industry, I think she could provide in my fantasy world, she could provide a space for me to just step in, say my thing, and step out. So anyway, sorry, I'm all over the place. Welcome to my brain right now.
Well, then at least with your book coming out, that kind of
I don't know how what's gonna happen there. We'll see.
At least perceptually for you, you're helping people without actually having to do sessions every day. That's out there.
Yeah, because that's my dream. My dream. So okay, I'll just put it out to the universe in front of anybody watching now or in the future. It's like, my dream is to do a certain amount of phone sessions for people, which is like an hour to an hour and a half, and it's $250. And I get that's a lot of money, but there's a lot of anytime I do a session, with very few exceptions, I think, wow, that's all I charge for that?
There's a lot of value.
Yeah. And my biggest dream is to work specifically with people who want to connect with their magic. So it's not just like, oh, let's do a session because I can't get rid of this back pain. That's great too, but that's fun, but it's not my passion. Like, I have gotten very clear in the writing of this book that that's my intention, is to help sensitive people recognize their magic that they've probably been cut off from for who knows how long, how many lifetimes. And now this is a time to be able to reconnect. And I feel like a fucking cheeseball crying about this.
No,
but it's fucking big. And I say it so lightly, but it's a big fucking deal. And I think of generations of women being taught to, like, do not pay attention to the fact that you're hearing things or you're seeing things nobody else sees. You cut yourself off from it because you've learned generationally you're going to be killed for it. But that's not the case anymore. And thank you, my shaman friend Khufu, for teaching me that. Just saying casually to me the first time we met, and we didn't even know each other, and he looked at me and said, "You're not going to be killed for it this time." Oh man, this is an emotional episode. And I want to provide that same service for other magic people. So in my ultimate fantasy for this moment is to do full phone sessions, which make me some decent money. And yeah, help a certain number of people a week connect with their magic. And then I focus the rest of my energy on doing my new endeavor. So putting it out there, universe. I do that all the time. I highly suggest it. Talk to the universe and say, this is what I'd like. So all my guides and helpers from the light, whoever wants to jump on this project, let's start orchestrating that.
And
that's how I play my game.
Saying things out loud. It sounds
Magic.
Stupidly easy, but it really, and yeah, conversing with yourself out loud. I've started to do that, and I'm surprised at the things that come out of my mouth.
Yeah, me too. And that's the magic.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So
because the thing is, to figure stuff out, it's not all about our brains. Because if our brains could figure everything out, we'd all be doing perfectly. Right?
Yeah, not a logical thing for sure.
Yeah. Oh, we have a few comments here. Blanca says, I need an agent or a promoter. Yeah, maybe someday. But that sounds like another person I have to juggle and pay, and I'm not there yet. So, yeah, Shannon, yeah. This would have triggered me once upon a time, Shannon. I have a neighbor doing what you do, and she charges $500 an hour. Well, first of all, she doesn't do what I do because I'm the only one who does what I do. And that can sound cocky, and that's fine. It's taken me a long time to be able to say that with confidence. Like, yeah, I do something, I do it my own way, and it's fucking fascinating, and it only keeps expanding. Yeah, and good for your neighbor.
You didn't go to school to learn a method. I mean, really, this has all been, revealed to you through your own exploration. So, yeah.
I mean, I did read the emotion code. That got me started. And I learned a little bit of theta healing, which gave me a toehold, and then started just opening up to what showed up. And Shannon says, I obviously don't go to her. Yeah. That's funny. But good on her. Yeah, that she's gotten to that point. Yeah. And some people, we all have our shit is a great thing to remember. Because I'm like, why I have so many riches in my life. Where's the fucking physical evidence of that money-wise? Yeah. And some people can't find love. And for me, that's like, oh, okay, I got that one. Although that was my hugest fear as a little kid, was to not, like, no guy would ever like me. And if the thing that made me feel better, I know it sounds fucked up, but the thing that made me feel better when I was a kid, and I'm just like, oh, no guy's ever going to like me. Gross, first of all. But anyway, that I put all the, like, they have all the power. Anyway, forgot what I was going to fucking say. Good Lord. Welcome to my world. Bandwidth. Oh, yeah. The thing that made me feel better, which sounds fucked up, is I told myself, if nobody asks me out by the time I'm 16, I'll kill myself.
Brutal.
Yeah. I've always been, I know it sounds super fucked up, but the fact that in this game called life, I'm happy to know that there is an out button. Like there's if I just, like, I never want to play that card, but I find some relief in the fact that I could. Yeah. No, I'm not suicidal. I've never had a plan, blah, blah, blah. It's just kind of this background knowing of, yeah, I've done a lot of work around it. Anyway, yeah.
You're obviously not alone. You're obviously not alone in considering that. Yeah, I mean, really, some people are in terrible pain, physical or emotional. I mean, yeah, I can.
Yeah, and being a feeler, somebody who feels just like has extra feelers, in other words, being a sensitive person, it's a lot. And if you don't know what to do with it, I don't know how a lot of people stay alive, quite frankly. Yeah, without tools.
Yeah. No, what's interesting, I like just like living physically, like I guess what I really know of like living during the dark ages is from movies and stuff, you know. But I remember watching a movie with somebody who were like, "Why live?" They were like, people were like picking through the garbage of the monastery, through their trash for little bits of corn to eat, you know, and stuff like that. It's like, why keep getting up every day, keep trying to live like that, you know? Either
Yeah.
picking through pieces of shit for undigested pieces of food to eat, you know.
Yeah.
But then I can't forget my point. I forget what I was trying to say. Oh, but no. Oh, but it's interesting though. Like some of, like the poorest countries in the world, where like conditions are like just the hardest to live every day, are some of the happiest people in the world. If you ask them,
Right? And that's what I have to remember. We're all having our own experiences. Our souls, I believe our souls are all just points of attraction in these bodies. Like, but we're all part of the same thing. And we're all having our experiences and playing things out and serving each other in whatever we bring up for each other to experience and work through or whatever. I think it's beautifully orchestrated, and having that belief really helps me a lot. Like, it's not for naught, not all for naught. Anyway, oh my God, I'm so tired of hearing my voice. But let's do some magic real quick.
Yes, we should.
Is there something else you wanted to say, Koop, before we?
No, I think it was a good discussion.
Have we both forgotten enough of what we were going to say? I think so. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some energy work magic for anybody watching now or in the future. Let's put out, well, first of all, so my name is Colleen. Yes, it's safe and appropriate to do some energy work for the group today. Yeah, we're going to make this quick. So let's put out a call for any dead people, stuck souls that just need an exit strategy in the form of an escort to the light. Yeah, putting out the call. And this is for anybody watching in the future as well. So, okay, are there any dead people that are ready to move on to the light? Yep. Okay, Jesus, are you there? Are you our best escort? Yep. Are we ready to take these guys and gals home? Yep. Okay, give us a moment. Okay, so, all right, Jesus, have we successfully taken these dead people home? Yep, thanks, Jesus. All right, all right, so, Is there something energetic to do for the group today? Yes. Okay, is this something specifically for Felix? Is this for the group specifically? I think there's a little of something in this for everybody. So do we need to specify Felix? No, Felix is involved with whatever we're going to do. Okay, so this is something on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 6. That starts getting tiny. 8, 8. Okay, so an energetic cord needs to be cut. Do we need details on this cord? We do. Okay, do we need to know where this cord is connected to whoever needs it? Yeah. It's connected to a chakra? No. It's connected to a body part? A body part. Okay. This is above the waist? No. This is below the waist? Yes. This is waistline. No. Would this be genitalia? No. Oh, no, that's a yes. Damn it. I was wanting it to be a no, but it is. Okay, whatever. So can we just call that junk? Nice. Okay. So there's a cord to be cut and it's connected to the nether regions. Okay. Anything else we need to understand about this? No. Okay. It's safe and appropriate to cut this cord. Yep. All right. Whatever. I go where I'm led. Here we go. Give me a moment. Stranger things have shown up. Okay. Oh, by the way, did I mention last time I worked on somebody's car that they kept taking to the garage and like it just died, and the mechanics couldn't find anything wrong with it, And she sent me a message the other day saying, "Oh, by the way, my car is fine." Anyway,
Weird.
it was a lot. It was a lot of her mother's energy, and she really had it out with her mother. I think in that car when her mom came to visit. Anyway, and then the car died. Yeah, fun.
Oh,
It's really handy to have another way to look at things. If I haven't made myself clear. Um, okay. So, oh, okay. So have we successfully cut that cord? We did. Okay. Is there something else energetic to address for the group, including Felix? Yes. This is on my master menu. This is in column A. No. Column B? No. Column C? If I had a column C? Yes. Okay. This is an incarnation. I was calling them, who cares? Nobody cares but me. But I was calling it an incarnation issue, and now I call it an incarnation opportunity. But anyway, so, all right. So this is an incarnation opportunity. No, supported optimism, no heart secret, disabled ambition, witnessing lineage despair, opening the positive vortex, in prison, supported corpus callosum interfacing. Okay, it's a process that my guides call supported corpus callosum interfacing. And just a little anatomy lesson, which I've given before. The corpus callosum they are nerve fibers in your brain that enable communication between the two hemispheres of your brain. So if you want to really fuck somebody up, shove like a knitting needle up somebody's like eye hole or nose, and like in that movie Francis, where James Lipton, her psychiatrist, gave her a lobotomy.
well, there's people that have had, well, not voluntarily, but they've had their corpus callosum cut, and like people can like they can like see things, but they can't describe it, or it's weird how the two halves of the brain are still working, but they can't talk to each other, and the implications of that is pretty fascinating.
Oosh. Yeah. So this process is called supported corpus callosum interfacing, and just to, in case visuals help you in any way, not that you need to do anything, but the way I see it, I first start by seeing an infinity symbol, and then it starts getting like super 3D, and then it expands outside of our bodies, and it feels magical. Anyway, so it's safe and appropriate to do this supported corpus callosum interfacing for whoever needs it, watching now or in the future. Yep. Are we ready? We are. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. Have we successfully completed this supported corpus callosum interfacing for whoever needed it now or in the future? Yep. Awesome. Okay. Is there something else to do for the group? And this includes Felix? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2. Row 2. It's a resistant yes, but it's a yes. So that's a trapped negative emotion. Highly recommend The Emotion Code by Bradley Nelson. He goes into a deep dive about this. Like, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, it's hard for me to believe that like 17, 18 years ago, I did not even know this was a thing. And now it's just like, how would I not have known that trapped energy, emotional energy can become trapped and cause havoc in our bodies and get our attention? Anyway, and my take on it, or in my book, yeah, I highly recommend reading The Emotion Code by Bradley Nelson to learn how to do this, or wait and read I just have one chapter about it in my book. So anyway, blah blah blah, and drink while you're at it. Okay, so where am I? Oh yeah, trapped emotion. Sorry, I turned to the wrong page. Okay, so this is in column A. Column A, yes. In an odd numbered row? No. In row 2? 4? Okay. Okay, I think this has shown up before with the group. Unsupported, so trapped energy of feeling unsupported. Yeah, so do we need details on this energy of unsupported? for the group? Nope. It's safe and appropriate from the light to go ahead and clear this trapped emotional energy of unsupported for whoever needs it watching now or in the future. Yep. Are we ready? We are. Okay, so here we go. So we're sending all of this energy, this frequency, this vibration of not feeling supported. Wherever we're holding that in our energy fields or in our bodies, we're sending all of that resonance to the light. Smell you later. Okay, and we're going to fill up the areas once occupied by this energy of feeling unsupported. We're going to fill us up with energy of freedom, relief, support, safety, security, stability, peace, calm, serenity, and a dollop of love. Okay, so have we successfully cleared this layer of energy, of trapped energy of unsupported? Wow, I can do this. Okay, that's a yes. All right, so is there something else to do for the group today, including Felix, the cat? The wonderful, wonderful cat. This is on my master menu. This is in column A in an odd numbered row. Yeah, okay. This is in row 1, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7. Okay. Whew. All right, so 7 is taking us to a vow to clear. Yeah, I cleared some gnarly vows for myself earlier when I was in the thick of it. Yeah, man. Oof. So grateful for energy work. Okay. So this is a personal vow for whoever needs it. Nope. Family vow. Okay, that resonates as a yes. So it's a family vow. A family vow. This family vow is in column A. Column B, yes. In an odd numbered row, yes. In row 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Okay, it's resonating as, so this is a family vow of self-denial. That's interesting because what showed up for me, or one of the vows that showed up for me, was a family vow of inadequacy. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely grew up with my fair share of parents worrying about money. Yeah, yeah. So that's my imprint. And somehow my brother JD like found his way out of that because yeah, he's King JD. He has a body piercing jewelry empire. Anyway, okay, so this is a vow of self-denial. So for whoever needs it, is there anything else we need to know before we clear it? No. Okay, so it's safe and appropriate from the light to release anyone who needs it watching now or in the future, this family vow of self-denial. Yeah. Safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? We are. Here we go. Okay, have we successfully cleared this family vow of self-denial for whoever needs it? Yes. Yeah, I think that's interesting that that came up when we were talking about, you know, being selfish. Like you showing up every week, Coop, is being, you know, kind of selfish.
Oh, for sure.
Like in the best possible way. Like
I mean, if people, I mean, yeah, if people get benefit from it, great. But that's, I mean, I'm not here. That's not the reason that brought me here and keeps me coming back. It makes me feel better to be here. So
yeah, that's called taking care of yourself. Selfish. Yeah. Selfish means, yeah, we all know what selfish means, and it's not that. So I don't need to come up with the definition. Okay, so my brain is full, as I mentioned. So is there anything else to do for the group today? No. Anything else to do for Felix? No. So are we complete? Yes. Okay, my name is Colleen. All right, put down the pendulum. Yeah, so yeah, sending tons of love to Shannon and Felix. Yeah. And that's such a hard situation. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, so sending tons of love there. Any parting words, Coop?
No, just, yeah, my thoughts are with Shannon and I guess anyone that has little furry family members that they can't really talk and express themselves, and
Oh, torture. Yeah.
you can ask them, "Are you ready? Are you done? Is it time?" You can't ask them. You can't. There's no. So it's
Yeah.
all on you, and you're probably feel guilty one way or another. So
Yeah. When my cat was dying, I remember I knew she was dying for sure because I mentioned it, and Kufu said he made me kind of help me face like she's on her way out, and yeah. But I wasn't using my pendulum yet, and I don't think we had asked about much. So yeah, if I did, I would have asked Charlie lots of questions. Now I feel stupid for not asking. Okay, why am I beating myself up about this? Like
that's what
15 years later. Oh my God. So
Yeah.
Shannon, sending you tons of love. I'm going to stop talking about this. Yeah. So, so if you need any support, you let me know. Okay, I need to stop talking. It's 12:01. Somebody has to make me stop. I love you, Koop. I love you all. Thank you for watching. If I can be of any assistance, go to energyhealingwithcolleen.com and let's go. Shannon says, thank you all. Yeah.
Thanks for being here,
So
everybody.
yeah, thanks for showing up, you guys. And yeah, let me know if I can be of service. Now let's listen to my beautiful Art and Erica song. Here we go. Bye.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Colleen.